Is it not written in your law, I have said, you are gods?
Like all forms of art, video games bombard us with questions. Questions like, what can change the nature of a man? Why is Disco Elysium personally attacking me? And, most pertinently to today's discussion, what the hell kind of name is Donkey Kong? I mean, like, what were those guys smoking, right? Am I right? Badum tish. So Donkey Kong started life as the bad guy from the eponymous arcade game designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, who named him Donkey Kong because he wanted to convey that DK wasn't evil, just a dumb ass. And even after 40 years and going from bad guy to good, Donkey is still a headstrong numbskull who thinks with his gut. Basically Homer Simpson in a fursuit. Except over time he's gotten new friends, new enemies, and a dramatically leveled up Riz game since ye olden days of just literally picking up chicks.
Our love is stronger than a golden banana.
He also had a Saturday morning cartoon, which was not that good, as I will repeatedly demonstrate to you.
I'd shower you with coconut cream pies.
Hard no.
Donkey Kong's glow-up began in the 90s, where, after being benched for almost a decade during Mario's rise to superstardom with his new foe, that cheating, floozy bitch Bowser, Nintendo gets Rare to reboot the DK series for the Super Nintendo, and Rare, oh, they hit him back with a classic one.
What the hell is that?
Whoa! Oh my god! Donkey Kong Country is so fucking cool. It's got pre-rendered 3D sprites with gorgeous levels and charming characters. It's got David Wise, the vibe god, laying down legendary licks on the OST, and it's got tight, challenging platformer action. The first game, solid and simple. The second, a perfect successor. And the third, kind of an underrated oddball, but still, excellent trilogy, godlike, receives my highest rating, 7 out of 10, because there's always room for improvement. Be humble, everybody. But one of my absolute favorite parts of the series are the Kremlings, the villainous crocodilian horde that just cannot stop fucking with DK's bananas.
They have no bananas. They have no bananas today.
The Kremlings are the toughest, the buffest, the coolest and the hottest, they're the greatest, don't debate this, cause bitch, they're not modest. Bars. First off, even as a kid, I really liked how it was apes versus crocodiles, because it's kinda like humans versus dragons, so it felt a little mythological to my simple moth baby brain, and the allegory only got deeper from there. You see, the Kongs are simple simians who live simple lives of leisure just chilling with their animal buddies in a perfect picturesque paradise, whereas the Kremlings exploit and dominate whatever they can for their own greed and gluttony. They steal, they kidnap, they choke the sky with blackened smoke, and they poison the earth with the cancer of industry. They got mines, quarries, refineries, factories, ships, submarines, helicopters, robots, big fuck-off laser guns, and not just one, but 2 separate secret volcano layers. These guys are as textbook an example of reptilian overlords as you will ever find, but especially their leader, the glorious, the irreplaceable King K. Rool! King K. Rool has a cape, a crown, a gold-plated beer belly, and an eye that has never been off of any prize for even a second because greed is his life and he loves every moment.
With this device, I can wrest total control simply by threatening to use it to destroy the entire island. Which I might do anyway, because, as they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
This guy is my favorite kind of villain, the one who's just a messy bitch who loves drama, straight out the Palpatine Dio Von Doom school of asshole mastery.
That's not it! Of all the low-down, dirty, rotten, yellow-bellied, slime-sucking tricks, that was my my idea!
Now, this is most obvious in the cartoon, but even in his first appearance as the final boss, he infamously plays dead, rolls a fake credit reel, and then tries to cheap shot you.
Oh God! Respect! Oh God! Respect, everybody.
Because that's king shit right there.
I'm not interested in bugs. I'm interested in power. Supreme power. Unlimited power that will make me powerful.
But then, sadly, the new millennium reared its ugly head, and Rare gets bought out by Microsoft to make games for the Xbox, which leaves Donkey Kong back in Nintendo's hands. And from there on out, they would have multiple different developers experiment with and create new iconography for the franchise, and the results would be mixed. Now, it's clear Nintendo wanted to wipe the slate clean and balance Rare's influence over the series with a little more of their own, but putting DK in a rhythm game where you play nursery rhymes and REM covers with plastic fucking bongos wasn't gonna make anyone miss Rare any less. Though Nintendo did give Donkey Kong an actual proper platformer on the GameCube called Jungle Beat, but nobody played it because it also used those dumb fucking plastic bongos.
You could be living on easy streets.
Come on, DK, doesn't this sound sweet?
No.
Now, by all accounts, Jungle Beat seems like a perfectly fine game with tons of fun ideas. Possibly even too many, because it's nothing like Donkey Kong Country. Which, you know, is definitely not a bad thing, especially when you have this Donkey Kong who has never been more unstoppable. In this game, he is the king of the jungle, and he has the Star Platinum hand speed to prove it.
Oh no.
Wussy! You're weak!
I mean, fuck's sakes, Buddy's having death matches on meteors and doing elder abuse on log drives. K. Rool would have needed a lot more than just some punk-ass gun to kidnap this fucking guy. That said, despite DK's truly awesome capacity for violence, I still really do not dig the vibe of this game. It feels too cute, too cartoony, and too... whatever the fuck that thing is.
What the fuck is that? I think it's a giant cock.
I mean, most of these enemies look like they got plucked right off the Pikmin planet, except for the Kong bosses, who all look like Donkey Kong, except with angry eyes and Street Fighter cosplay, except for the Cactus King, who looks less like a cactus and more like if Perfect Cell ate the Grinch. It would be a challenge to make less interesting antagonists than this.
Wait a minute. Is he coming on to me?
Donkey Kong Returns is a good game, and Retro Studios is a good studio that did a fine job, but the Tiki Tak Tribe is fucking nothing. These guys may as well be floating default Blender cubes because they look like placeholders and they act like plot devices. See, the little ones, they're stealing bananas so that the big ones can do the ritual, where they kill themselves so that the big one can have a scary new pair of hands. But thankfully, you can just push the button on his head to turn off his fucking brain. Awesome. What horrible god cursed this boy with a literal kill switch? This child's life never fucking mattered, man. It's the tragedy of life. It's clear that Retro Studios knew that the Tikis were a little underwhelming, so when Tropical Freeze, the sequel, blew in with a lot of welcome improvements, one of them was the Snowmads.
Let's party!
Jackass.
Fucking embarrassing!
Balls a tug, you tit fucker!
The Snowmads are Vikings and they make shit cold. It's a bit of a simple gimmick, but it's still one that allows for way more dynamic designs and characterizations than their predecessors. I mean, look, you got the warrior bear, you got the showman seal, you got the ninja baboons, you got the resting bitch face owl. I love the resting bitch face owl.
So you have come. Then you shall die again.
Overall, these guys are pretty cool. Badum-tish. Sadly, the big bad Lord Frederick doesn't really bring much to the table, though. He's basically just a copy of K. Rool that can't talk, which means he's a disappointment by default. And, you know, the Snowmads function as exploitative invaders who use bullshit machines to fuck up the jungle kind of makes them all copies of the Kremlings too, but, you know, slightly cuddlier. Slightly.
You think your dad hit you? Jesus, get ready for this.
Again, I really like Tropical Freeze and Retro Studios, and I have perfect confidence in their vision going forward, whenever they decide to do that, but I'm still pretty bitter seeing a childhood favorite stuck in a rut for more than a decade just to basically wind up back at square one. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a boomer-ass take I have, but I feel so much time was wasted replacing and then reintroducing Rare's contributions to the series that could have been spent actually building on them and properly evolving. Instead, I feel it's stagnated and in some cases even devolved. I mean, outside of the Mario movie, Donkey Kong doesn't even talk anymore, when he used to be able to fucking sing!
Once I was the ape of the hour, they think I'm a coward, an absolute zero. I'm nobody's hero.
But, you know, that's just how it is with intellectual properties, right? They're juggled between multiple creators and companies and conflicting visions. Things get passed around, sanded down, overwritten, ignored, and left to rot forever in legal limbo. Especially when big money's at stake, which of course it usually is. And so the audience just has to sit down, suck it up, and hope for the best.
Sorry, Donkey Kong. You're just not a draw anymore.
In summary, capitalism is the devil and must be destroyed. This is the lesson that Donkey Kong teaches me time and time again, and it definitely isn't getting old anytime soon. Thank you again for listening to me whine about dumb nonsense that doesn't matter. I will see you later with another video about something equally frivolous and non-controversial. Totally, you can trust me.
Show me the stone that the builders have rejected. It is the cornerstone.